Days of Our Lives who takes Tesoro after Sophia's lies unravel. Days of Our Lives spoilers: Sophia kidnaps Sarah and holds her hostage to hide Tesoro's maternity. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives dropped a stunner as Sarah Horton stunned Sophia Choi when she told her Rafe Hernandez ran a DNA test on Tate Black and Tesoro. And the DNA didn't match. Now, let's talk about why this happened. We've been saying then for a while that we allowed eventually it was going to come out that Sophia was carrying Tate's child. I felt for quite a while that Aaron Green is the one who got Sophia pregnant the day they hung out watching Body and Soul and eating cutlet after Tate called Sophia Holly Jonas' name in bed. If you flash back that day months and months agone, nearly a time ago. Days of Our Lives Sophia's baby daddy shocker. So, I'm wondering if Sarah is going to take the hair samples that Sophia gave her and hand them to Rafe to run another DNA test between Tesoro and Sophia just to confirm that she told Sarah the verity and that the firehouse baby is really hers. I mean, Sophia gave her authorization to run it. So indeed if Sarah turns out to run the test tete-a-tete, so she still doesn't violate HIPAA, I suppose this test is going to get done either by Sarah or Rafe, one way or another. And we all saw Sarah prompting Sophia to come clean so that Tate and Brady Black could have some check, but Sarah still has her hands tied. She cannot tell Tate or Brady, indeed if she runs the test and confirms what Sophia said is true. Which would mean that Tate is surely not the baby daddy. So Sarah was also just really worried at how selfish and terrible that Sophia is being. She seems to suppose that Tate will just get over the whole baby thing. Tesoro's relinquishment trip on Days of Our Lives. In the meantime, Tesoro's time with Javi Hernandez and Leo Stark and the Hernandez family is coming to an end because the staying period for Sophia to change her mind has expired. So now Tesoro is officially over for relinquishment. So this big issue is who's going to wind up with Sophia's baby. Now, for a while, suckers also suspected Tate might not have been Sophia's baby daddy. And to her credit, when Sarah brazened her, Sophia sounded authentically shocked at the idea that the baby was Tate's. I also said then for a while that I didn't suppose Sophia was designedly lying to Tate. I suppose Sophia just put it out of her mind any possibility that notoriety differently could be the father of her baby. And Sophia also refused to tell Sarah who differently could be the pater. I mean, Sophia was in the dark. She'd have allowed Tate was Tesoro's pater ever if Sarah hadn't come and brazened her about these falsehoods. And Sophia was stunned when Sarah indicted her of lying about putting Torto in the safe haven room at the Salem firehouse. So, now Sophia explained herself, but I still do and suppose Sarah is going to relatively believe it until she gets test results on Sophia and Tesoro. Sarah thinks that Tate deserves to know the verity that he was a teen pater whose baby was put up for relinquishment. Indeed, though Sarah see and unmask the sap, she might nudge notoriety in the right direction. So the verity eventually comes out about Sophia and the baby. Days of Our Lives love triangles and relinquishment schemes. Meanwhile, Tesoro is still over for relinquishment. And Sophia just tried to ruin Johnny DiMera's and Chanel Dupree's chance to borrow the baby. She transferred those mischievous textbooks from Holly's phone. And those came in right as the social worker was there. She wrote that cutting letter to the relinquishment agency. And despite all that, Johnny and Chanel might still get their chance to borrow Tesoro because they set up out from Rafe that Holly couldn't have transferred the textbook. And from there, it's kind of easy for them to do the calculation that the only person that hates them enough to pull this trick is Sophia, because it was enough easy for Johnny to figure out from there. Sophia transferred the letter to CPS because she's still furious that Johnny ruined the relinquishment months agone. Before Sophia indeed gave birth, because that was the perfect answer to all her problems. And Johnny squished it up. But with a good word from Rafe and evidence that the textbooks were faked and the letter was a taradiddle, Johnny and Chanel could wind up espousing little T after all. Days of Our Lives implicit new parents for Tesoro. But there are other possible families and people that could wind up with that lovable little baby. Now, there's the chance Aaron may want his sprat because it seems veritably likely that Aaron is the person who got Sophia pregnant. Indeed, though he's still in council and had no idea that he's the bone who got Sophia pregnant, Aaron may want his son. However, he actually tried to come clean to Tatum many times about that day that he slept with her, if you flash back. We may still get some flashbacks, but it seems veritably likely it's him. And Kat Green and Felicity Green may be on board with helping Aaron raise his son. They may want the sprat. Felicity and Kat may be really agitated to have a whore son. And I'm sure Aaron is going to be just stunned by all this. And in the end, he really did like Sophia and he may feel betrayed. He may want guardianship of his son or not. Sophia's mama way up on Days of Our Lives? Now, if Kat and Aaron do-ain't get the baby or do-ain't want to take in Tesoro, perhaps Amy Choice steps up. Beforehand in the gestation, Amy was pushing for Tate and Sophia to marry and raise the baby together, but Sophia pushed back. She was the bone who wanted the relinquishment. So, Tesoro's grandmother, Amy, may decide she'll borrow the baby once the full verity comes out because at this point, it's out of Sophia's hands. She doesn't have a say-so fairly at all. Aaron could still get a say-so if it's his sprat, because he no way got notified of the birth of a child. So, I'll say Amy did say it looks like Sophia's little family, and she sounded to feel a vibe with the sprat. So, Amy is a possibility. The problem is I still don't know if her mama will find everything out because Sophia continues to lie. I do hope that the full verity comes out to everybody in Salem. Days of Our Lives, the final relinquishment decision. Another option, of course, is Javi and Leo may get the chance to borrow Tesoro. They've been minding for him along with Rafe and Gabby Hernandez and Ariana Horton. And Rafe is officially the foster pater, but he also was planning to keep little T ever. But Javi and Leo bandied espousing the baby themselves on Days of Our Lives. They bothered they would not be approved, however, because of their history. Javi had that son that failed in that hot auto incident in Texas. Leo has once apprehensions for being a con man, so it might be a stretch. And of course, the final option is that some arbitrary couple winds up with little Tesoro. Still, I feel like the baby is going to be espoused by one of the people that we know wants him, or we'll find out that he's affiliated to them and want them. So right now, I'm leaning towards Johnny and Chanel, but I know. Aaron and the Green family may step up to the plate and take the baby home with them. I just hope the Pens don't drag this out for veritably much longer. Days of Our Lives spoilers: Sophia kidnaps Sarah and holds her hostage to hide Tesoro's maternity. Days of Our Lives spoilers note Sophia Choi is twisting and hopeless to keep her baby's secret hidden, but with Sarah Horton Kiriakis onto her and her child's incorrect maternity, will the youthful girl do commodity drastic to keep the croaker quiet? Days of Our Lives suckers lately learned that Tate Black isn't the father of Tesoro, but it's still unknown as to exactly who is. After Brady Black filled Sarah in on his disquisition and the failed DNA test on the invigorated, Sarah went straight to Sophia to defy her. It does feel as if the teen girl didn't lie on purpose and was likely with Tesoro's father only formerly, which is why she assumed Tate was the baby's biopater. With that said, rather of coming forward and easing Tate's mind by telling him the verity, Sophia wants this secret hidden. Plus, she and Tate will always have a bond if he believes they conceived a child together, and since she's so smitten with him, that's another reason to continue this facade. While keeping up the maternity taradiddle is standard cleaner colluding, Sophia's jest in other areas has been concerning. The fact that she took risque filmland of Holly Jonas and transferred them to Johnny DiMera is concerning. Setting up a fake relationship between the two so that he and Chanel DiMera couldn't borrow Tesoro was dark. Add in the fact that Holly nearly lost her life in the fire at the dorm, kindly thanks to Sophia, plus Sophia filling Tate in on Holly's so-called unhappy relationship with Johnny, and there's massive concern about what the youthful girl could do next. Sarah brazens Sophia this week and was adamant that the youthful mama come forward about Tesoro's true maternity. Sure, Sarah is bound by HIPAA, or she'll lose her license, but Sarah could also find ways around this as an estimable croaker who has served the community for times with enough astral record. She's noted before that if she believes the baby's life is in peril, she'd bear no impacts. It's not a stretch to suppose that Sarah would fudge up a story to ensure the right thing was done. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of October 13th note that Sophia will snap. So, what kind of measures could she take to stop Sarah from discovering the baby maternity sap, if Sarah hovered to do so? Would Sophia potentially knock Sarah out, abduct her, and hold her hostage to keep her from telling Tate and Brady the verity? Days of Our Lives spoilers remind suckers that Sophia has come relatively deranged, and anything is possible in the land of Salem, so it'll be intriguing to see how this plot unfolds. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.